get to go to your next level for Mojitsu. To get to the point where you pull it in, you're able to break and actually start balancing using the clutch. Without it, you're just more and more getting complicated to do. I want you to be able to hold it. Outside, and so I can see the exit, and it'll really be like no kidding. If a bus comes around that corner, 3 feet of that bus will be in my lane. I don't want to be here. You gotta treat it like that. So there's track riding stuff and trail braking you can practice, but it's also you gotta understand the street stuff. That's why I did that. And I told Jeremy, I'm gonna go the opposite direction and freak him out to see what he does. He knows we're gonna do that, right? I'm like, no, that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That'd be interesting to see what that looked like. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Say something. I saw you adjust a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready. What's up? Man called horse.
Hi, Monica.
Yeah.
What was your name again? I'm Connie.
All right. Yeah.
You can take off your helmet and just hang out with me.
So what's the drill one more time?
So you're gonna go 3 laps, 3 turns to the left and 3 turns to the right. Your job is to stay dead center in the middle of the lane, and you're not allowed to touch your brakes. You have to only rely on your throttle control and your timing and engine braking. Because if you're not accelerating or neutral, that's engine braking. The moment you roll off, you're engine braking, right?
Yeah.
So start slow going so.
Yeah. So do whatever you want to do. Go whatever speed you want. Nobody cares. But you cannot touch the brakes. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Brakes? What brakes? So no brakes. On my hands off the brakes. Middle of the lane. Oh my God. Talk about like, no thank you. I love my brakes, but doggone, this is insane. This is insane. It's like ice skating on a motorcycle. Ooh. Oh my God.
Dead center.
Ah, okay. Dead center. Okay, that's right. We have to be in the center of the lane. Oh. Why did this do this to me? And it's all about throttle control. Throttle control. So I can engine brake. Alright. She's telling us to turn around. So they go the other way. Get used to this. Oh, dirt. I don't like it dirty. All right, to the right. Actually, that felt pretty good. See how we go. I go faster on the right. Oh man, this is crazy though. You know what I'm saying? It's all about body position, head and eyes, throttle control. So I'm going up, Laying off the throttle. Hitting eyes. Woo-wee! Okay, that was poor throttle control. I don't know if you heard it or not, but I did a minor adjustment with my hands and I popped my suspension up. I gave it too much throttle too soon. So here we go. Here we go. Decelerate. Body position. Alright. That wasn't too bad. It's all about points. So if I have, you know, 0 is complete closed throttle, 100 points, throttle completely open, it's about very good. Cool. See what the master's got to say.
To do that, to stay in the middle and not use the brakes, is to make you realize how much I need to rely on my brakes and how much line selection is actually important, right? So if I'm going right, I will never be this guy. That if a car is coming on the opposite side, that's not your center stuff of failure. So when I was going through this corner a little bit ago, I'm coming in like this, and even if this is a blind corner, you're trail braking, right? So that's the benefit. You're staying somewhat in the middle, and you're going through, but I have a safety gap. Remember, this is street riding stuff, this isn't track. I have a safety gap just in case stupid is coming the opposite way. So I get the bike turned, I get the bike slow down, and even if this is a blind corner and there's a car parked right there, I'm trail braking. I'm on the brakes already. I don't have to roll off and then get onto the brakes. I'm already on the brakes. That's the benefit. So I could stay dead center in the middle of the lane and go through a road I've never been on before very quickly as long as I can trail brake. Then I don't care. Line selection almost is like, sure. I can start outside, inside, outside in a perfect world, but if it's gravel, if it's raining, I don't want to do that or whatever else. If I'm only restricted to the middle of the lane and that's all I could use, but I'm allowed to brake, so what? You could trail brake, trail brake, trail brake, trail brake. Okay, everything is clear. Then you get the bike turned and brake. The apex is probably the same for both lines, but this is the very different part. Because remember, this is the double W line. Here's another lane, and there's another car going this way. So if a car goes like this, and here is the car, they start to go wide or cut in early. Which rider would you rather be?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? This is going right. Doesn't make much sense. So if the slowest point of the corner is about right here, the idea is get to there and get away from there as fast as possible. So you're coming down, slow down, get the bike turned, and then bam, get out of there. So you're almost making it a V, but it's not as extreme like you would be on a track. But for right-handed turns, like think about the 94. Almost every right-handed turn is a blind turn.
Yeah.
Left-handed turns going that way is you're open because you can see left. But right-hand turns are almost always blind, so there's a damn mountain right there. But once you turn around and come back, now right-handed turns are open because you're going the opposite direction. Now left-handed turns are blind. But either way, two-way traffic, street riding stuff, you can still think about as the slowest point of the corner, get to there, get the bike slowed and turn, and then get out of there. So when you were following me a couple times, how was it that I was taking off? Were you going in at the same speed as I was going into?
I was trying to. I mean, like I was trying to hit the brakes where you were hitting the brakes, not at the same time you were hitting the brakes, so that I could emulate more. But you were gone by the time I was coming into the.
So I can almost guarantee all of you guys had more speed in between these two lines than I did. You're probably going faster in between those two lines than I was going. So I was going, slow the bike to like 5 miles per hour, then bam, get up and out of there.
Damn, that's slow.
Yeah. So you guys are probably going 20, 15, 18, 18, and then just constant speed. Then finally, way over there, you get back on the throttle, or you actually start to accelerate. I'm already accelerating here, hard. Like I'm taking away lean angle and bam, getting the hell out of there.
So forget about accelerating midway to the corner, like.
But you only want to start to accelerate when what? Here's a quiz. When can you start to accelerate?
But according to total control, if you accelerate.
Forget about a book. Use your own experience. When do you start to accelerate through the corner?
When your direction is facing where you want it to be.
Okay.
Towards the direction you want it
to go. That's one big thing. So it's another big thing.
At the beginning of the turn?
You start to accelerate? Like, so you're going through the corner, when do you get back on the gas?
When you're at the speed you want.
When you're exiting.
When you're going straight.
When you're going straight.
When you're at the speed you want, the slowest speed that you want, at the speed you want, and the direction, the bike is pointing at the direction you want. Then you can start to
have the most amount of traction.
You have the most amount of traction. What about you? When do you get back on the gas for a corner?
After you're at your exit and you're bringing the bike back up. So you're slow, and then before you're exiting. coming back up on the throttle to increase your speed.
Yeah, so you're the closest. So it makes sense, yeah. For every corner, a general rule is to keep slowing down until you're satisfied with your speed and direction. But that's not tell you when to get back on the throttle. You get back on the throttle when you see the exit. If it's a blank corner, you can't get back on the throttle. If you get back on the throttle, you're gonna go wide. But what if it tightens up to a decrease in radius? You can't be doing that. So until you can see the exit, and the most important thing, when you can start taking away lean angle. Until you can start taking away lean angle, you're not gonna get back on the throttle. So if you're leaning into a corner like this, and the corners last all the way over here, you can't get back on the gas. You're just gonna hold it neutral. Only when you're finally enough through the corner, when you can take away lean angle, then you can start really getting back on the throttle. So it's not brakes and then accelerating. There's something in between that, which is neutral, which is maintenance, just holding it steady.
Maintenance, maintenance, yeah. Throwing that out. We're not going straight to neutral after braking. We start to bring that. That's part of trail braking, is bringing the throttle back in.
Yeah, well, as you're going through the thing, like I'm totally zero throttle. I brake, get to the thing, and then I'm neutral throttle. I might be still on the brakes a little bit, but I'm not actually going to start to accelerate until I can take away the lean angle. When you can take away the lean, then you start to get back on the gas. That's the main idea. Because if you're still leaning right here, let's say your bike is pointed this direction, and you're still not pointing the right direction. If you start to get on the throttle, it's just going to make the bike stand up and go even wider. Then you have to add lean angle as you're adding throttle just to make the corner. That's how people crash. You can't add lean angle and throttle. One has to give, and it's going to be your traction. Right? So once the bike is finally pointing the right direction, you're leaning this far, like right here, I could take away lean angle and get on the throttle. So when you can start taking away the lean angle, it's when you actually really get back on the gas. Still, trail brake can understand that. There's no worry. But outside, inside, outside, how can you possibly do that if you don't know the road? So you can, like in theory, a little bit, but the brakes are the most important thing. So when not using the brakes, that's supposed to be like, oh, hell no. Like that's a terrifying thing. And plus, you're very limited to how fast you go in the first place. But you accelerate because you plan the brake. If you accelerate, if you think fast riders don't use the brake, it's the opposite. The fastest rider uses the brakes the most. And that's what people don't understand.